Kia here. So today's video is about seasonal depression. Yeah, so as you can see, I'm wearing this jacket because it's cold and it's snowy outside. If you can't see the snow, it's very much snowing. Today's video, I basically want to talk about how the winter seasons bring about seasonal depression, because most of us are indoors because it's too fucking cold. Even though we should be outside, and I try to get outside more even though it's cold, and just at least just like be out a little bit, like even if I'm being in a building or like a public building or public place or whatever, like at least I'm outside getting some fresh air. But yeah, because that's what you want to do during this time, especially because when you isolate yourself like indoors all the time throughout the whole entire season, it can definitely take an effect on your mental health, a negative effect, that is. So I want to share with you some tools that I use personally to combat this year's seasonal depression. So first, personally, I make sure to buy sticky notes. So let me show you those sticky notes. So I have these sticky notes right here. Normally I like post them on my wall or whatever, but yeah, I really just took them down and just posted them like wherever I go. Like wherever I go, I just post them there. So yeah, so they basically, the sticky notes I got are from Dollar Tree. You can easily just get them from from Dollar Tree. And then basically what you want to do is write affirmations on them. And the specific affirmations that you want to write are ones that combat specific certain negative emotions that come up during this time. So like if you have like a negative thought, so like this one says, I love my life, I feel amazing. So if like you have a negative thought that comes up and be like, oh, like I hate my life's so boring, like oh my god, my life sucks, like damn, like it's so fucking lame. To combat that, you can just write an affirmation on your sticky note that says, I love my life. And you can just recite that to affirm, that you actually do love your life. You don't really hate your life. You just hate, certain feelings that you have throughout your life. But those feelings are inevitable, so you can't let them determine the full extent of your life, because I'm pretty sure you don't hate your life all the time. Like, so, yeah. So I definitely don't. So that's why I put I love my life. And sometimes, and what goes with that is like, I'll be like, I hate my life, I feel like shit, right? But you only say you hate your life because you feel like shit. So it's like, I love my life, I feel amazing, right? So I want to, so this like helps me like recognize those times when I'm like feeling really good about life, and yeah, and remind myself that I do actually love my life, and there are more moments that I love my life than I feel like shit in my life. So yeah. So for my second tool that I do whenever I feel overwhelmed, whenever I feel an overwhelming amount of emotions like trying to come up, what I do is I actually do this singing exercise, and this actually helps me it helps me sing a lot better, because every time these emotions will come up, I would just do this breathwork exercise. And what you do is you just breathe in through the diaphragm, which is like your stomach down here, and your shoulders don't move at all. That's how you know you're breathing. And then your stomach goes out, and then slowly you breathe out, so like this, through pierced lips. So it's like, and you do that. You can time it. Sometimes I time it, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I just count. But like you can time it for like 20 seconds, then 30 seconds, then 40 seconds. I normally do up to like a minute sometimes. As well as there's another exercise that you can do. It's like you count in 4. So it's like in your head you just count 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you hold for 4. Then you breathe out 6. So yeah. So for the third one now. Oh, don't do too much. So yeah, so another tip, the third tip that I want to do, or that I want to say, was that, or that I want to share, was that you want to include journaling in like journaling your feelings with every exercise. So like you want to journal like how you feel when you wake up, obviously, and then like if you're going to go recite your affirmations, you recite your affirmations, and then you want to journal how you feel after you recite your affirmations, so you can know. This is how you can track the progress of like your tools, and like you can, or like yeah, you can track the effectiveness of the tools and see like which ones work better for you, which ones aren't as effective, and so on and so forth, right? So yeah, so for me, when I write in my journal, I do it before and after doing certain tools, as well as whenever I feel an overwhelming amount of emotions coming up, I just write until my hands hurt, literally. Like I just start writing until my hands hurt. And if you just get tired of writing, because sometimes I get tired of writing, like my hands start hurting, I'm just like, I hate writing, I don't want to write all these feelings out, because sometimes it's easier to just speak it all out. So I use voice memos, and I just speak it in my voice memos, and then I don't even listen to it back. Like I just delete it right after, and I just say whatever I need to say, whatever I need to get off my chest. I say it in my voice memos, and then I delete it right after, cause like if you re-listen to it, it just brings back those emotions, those feelings up that you just released. So I don't see the point in that. So I just delete it. Also, screaming helps. So like if speaking is not enough and you just get so mad and you just sometimes I go in my car and I literally just and I just scream. And screaming helps release a lot of tension that's in the body as well. So yeah, I don't really do that like super often, but like if I'm really, 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 really pissed off, I will scream and I'll just let all that tension out, and then I'll feel good after. Sometimes even I'll do a breathwork exercise afterwards too. But yeah, also, oh yeah, if you also want to like after you scream and all that stuff, all these tools, journal afterward, and journal how like that screaming made you feel after, like how the calming feeling, the release of tension, because that will help you remember like, oh yeah, like I did that and it really helped me. So yeah, another thing, if you can't scream and if you can't like talk in your voice memos because you're afraid that like there's people around and you don't want them to hear you, you can literally get some ice water. Like I remember I used to have like terrible breakdowns at work at my job, that where the environment was like toxic. So it was like very triggering at times. And I couldn't go to my car, or like I didn't feel like going all the way to my car, or maybe it was too cold or whatever, right? And I didn't feel like just screaming in the car or journaling or whatever. I just needed to just be done, because like maybe like I have a meeting or something, I don't know. But I would just get a cup full of ice water and just drink it, or like I would just get a cup full of ice, put the ice in my mouth, fill my cheeks up with the ice, and just suck on the ice. And like my therapist told me that this ice shocks the nervous system. It shocks your nervous system, and like it's like, wait, what was I saying? Like what was I mad about again? Because, like, it literally shocks the nervous system, and it makes you, it releases the emotions immediately. For me, at least. Yeah. It immediately does that for me. And when I would journal down afterwards, I'd be like, literally, like, what was I mad about? Because my whole nervous system just went back to normal. Like, it's crazy how that works, but it works. And yeah. So my fourth one, this probably, that third one was like a lot in one. That was probably, I probably should have just like, anyways, the fourth one is also a lot in one, but I feel like they all like kind of go together. And yeah, because this one, like the fourth one is really about like taking care of your body. So, you know, go for a quick walk, go outside and things like that. You want to stretch, make sure you're stretching, getting the tension out, because I know like my muscles be sore sometimes when I don't stretch enough, and that also stores tension and negative emotions. You want to make sure you're eating fruit, get your vitamins in. Yeah. So make sure you're eating some fruit daily. Eat food as well. Like, you want to eat. Please eat. Please. Drink water. Eat and drink water. Do that. And take your vitamins. If you're not eating any fruit, take them vitamins. Take vitamin D. Vitamin D, you definitely want to make sure you're getting enough vitamin D in these winter months, as well as magnesium. I heard that a lot of Americans. Magnesium, zinc is a good one also. Let me show you mine. So I can let you know that I'm actually taking it. So I got my zinc right here. I have it with me in the car just because, like, I just need it wherever I go. These are my main ones, so wherever I go, whatever I'm doing, I just pop it. Because I need magnesium to make sure that, you know, I'm leveled and I'm balanced. Especially because, like, you know, we're always on the go all the time. So it's like, here's my vitamin D also. So those are my main three. But yeah, when you're always on the go and you forget. Like, you get up, you get ready, you go, and you just be out, and it's like, oh yeah, I forgot to take my vitamins. They already in the car. So yeah, that's all I have for this video. I hope you guys enjoy these tips. And I just want to let you guys know that if you do end up having a mental breakdown or whatever, and you do end up getting depressed, make sure you're recognizing it. Because, like, I remember, like, I would recognize the patterns. I would also write down the patterns. My therapist told me, like, write down whenever you feel like you're depressed, because depression shows up differently in a lot of different people. Like, it can show up as anger, impatience, irritability, sadness. It's not always sadness, but, like, it can be sadness. It could be, you know, like self-isolation, whatever. Like, you're just isolating yourself from everyone, binging certain things, binging food, binging TV, binging doom scrolling, you know, things like that. So you want to make sure that whatever patterns that you have that are signs of your depression, you want to write those down, so that when you're doing those habits, you can recognize, oh, I'm actually depressed right now. So I should probably do something to get me out of this rut. Oh, also another thing, you can shake it all out. That's what my therapist told me about too. Like, whenever I just feel so much tension, like, just shake it all out. Also, she said, like, you want to, like, squeeze your hands, squeeze, and you want to, like, actually feel where you hold the tension. For me, I hold my tension in my shoulders. So, excuse me. So I just squeeze my shoulders to my ears and squeeze my hands. Ooh. And breathe, and then shake it out. That's kind of corny, but, like, literally, this is what you have to do. Also, you want to do the same thing with your toes, and just shake your legs out as well. That works. And then you can also breathe, like, that actually makes me feel really calm, really relaxed. By the way, I'm not high. I'm sober as a doper. Anyways. Yes, so I'm sober, but like when I do these breathwork exercises and I do like these tension release or muscle tension release exercises, it makes me feel so relaxed. And mind you, my eyes naturally are already low, so it's like I be chilling. And people are like, oh yeah, are you high? No, they've been telling me that all my life, but no, I'm not high. And even when I am high, like people literally don't even be noticing unless my eyes are red. Like they wouldn't even notice whether or not I was high because my eyes are just naturally low like this. It's cute though. I like my eyes. Yeah, lots of people told me they like my eyes too. So, but yeah, you're not weak if you do have a mental breakdown. And if you do find yourself caught up in those depressive habits, because it happens. No one's perfect. Nobody's perfect. We all have our moments, and it's okay. And sometimes, I'm not even gonna lie, like sometimes you just have to let yourself be depressed. And I'm not saying like for the entire day. Like if you find yourself being depressed and you just, I want to be depressed, because sometimes you deadass just want to be depressed. Sometimes life is fucking depressing. You have a right to be depressed, to feel depressed. Your feelings are valid. So if you feel like you want to feel depressed for a little bit, time yourself. Be like, okay, I'm going to be depressed for like 5 minutes and then I'm going to get up. Don't extend that time though. Don't do too much. Don't do too much now. Don't be extended. Oh, I'm be depressed for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15, 20, 50, and then you're depressed the whole time, the whole day. Don't do that shit. Don't do that. So I feel like the best way to avoid doing that is probably making plans. So it's like, okay, I'm going to be depressed right now, but I'm gonna make plans with my friend, or I'm gonna make a plan to go grocery shopping, or I'm gonna make a plan to go do this at this time, or whatever, so that you can have a time limit for the amount of time you're taking to allow yourself to feel those sad emotions or whatever. Obviously, if it's like a destructive emotion, like you're angry, you want to like, or not destructive, like if you want to be angry, you can be angry, you can like sit in the anger, but make sure that you're not like impacting others around you with that anger. And if you are angry and you realize that it's actually depression, allow yourself to be sad, because the real root of the anger is that you're sad. Like sadness, yes, it can show up as many different things, or yeah, sadness, depression can show up as many different things, but the root, I feel like, of being angry, irritable, and like impatient and upset or whatever, it's just because you didn't allow yourself to be sad. You didn't allow yourself to cry. So it's like when you feel like you're getting angry and stuff like that, just recognize, okay, I'm a little hot-headed today. Like everything's pissing me off right now. Like I need to go cry somewhere and release this, because God blessed us with tears, and tears are spiritual. So it is our God-given right to use those tears to cry and release those emotions, because that's what they're for. So yeah, that's all I have for this video. Again, I already said that, but literally that's all that I have for this video. I definitely, that was a good one to end that off with, the tears, spiritual tears, because I used to have I'm gonna keep going a little bit, but just for a little bit. But I used to have such a negative association with crying. Like I used to think I was so weak and such a crybaby, and I was so sensitive, and because people around me would be like, "Oh, you're always crying. Like you're so sensitive, and you're sensitive to everything, and da da da." But no, like that's God gave me that ability for a reason, and I can use that sadness, and those emotions to transmute and turn that negative energy to something positive or something beneficial, like even if it's not like positive afterwards, at least I used it to motivate me to do whatever like I need to do, like get up and go grocery shopping, get up and go do something that I need to do to make myself feel better, right? And that's the point of just releasing those emotions, collecting yourself, and just go tackling the day again, because at the end of the day, all you can do is move forward. All you can do is keep going. That's the point of life. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. What do? We swim, swim, swim. So yeah, that's seriously, for the third time, that's all I have for this video. Bye.